Welcome back to Rocket League Sunday here at the Gfinity Arena. It is week 6 and it's time for match 2, Reason versus Endpoint. Shogun, Johnny boy, give me your predictions, please.
I'm starting to feel like the negative one around here because I keep predicting sweeps, but once again, I'm going to go sweep Endpoint 3-0 over Reason.
Okay, Sooty and sweep, I like that. What are you going to go for,
yeah,
boy?
I hate to agree with Shogun, but I do have to, again. Yeah, I agreed with this, sweep prediction in the first series, and I think you're right again. Although there's more potential for an upset here, even though the Reason Gaming are coming in with no wins to this matchup, and Excel went into their matchup with 1 win under their belt. I still think they could maybe steal a game if Endpoint go a little bit too crazy.
Okay, but you're saying an Endpoint win there for Johnny boy?
Oh, 3-0, yeah.
3-0,
sure.
Oh yeah. No,
Yep,
just a head shake. No, yeah, definitely. I like that. I like that confidence. What I'm going to do right now is pass across to a man that is our first appearance today of the Elite Series in week 6. I don't know what's happened to my voice, but I know that Stumpy appreciates that. And also Cole. Gentlemen, how are you seeing this match going?
Well, everyone seems to be very confident that Endpoint are going to get a win. I don't think the desk predicted a single game for them, so we'll see if they can manage one. I do agree that Endpoint are probably going to win, but we will see. And we'll see how Reason get on. Of course, having 5 losses so far, we'll see if they can change that. Goblin, hello.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm brilliant, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. You look very handsome today. I've not seen you much.
I know.
Okay. So,
yeah.
I reckon always go against the grain. That's what I say. Always go against the grain. Shogun being Master Grain himself.
Easy 3-0 Reason.
Easy 3-0 Reason. Okay. Straight up sweep for Reason.
But they need to even play, or is that just...
No, may as well just jot that down. Do you have the pen? So just jot down 3-0 to Reason.
He's actually jotted.
I've actually jotted that down.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's going to be an interesting match. I think, because obviously, like you say, Reason currently sitting at a big old 0-5.
Yes.
You don't want the 5 to be on that side of those 2 numbers.
No, but if they can get a few early goals, then suddenly the whole paradigm changes. Endpoint are going into this knowing that they've won more games and knowing that they're probably, on paper, the better team. But as I say, if a couple of goals swing against them, suddenly in-game momentum takes over, and that completely shifts.
I mean, yeah, like I completely agree, because we've had that enough times where we think, like, if we're playing sort of private matches or if we're playing in ranked, you'll come up against a team and you think, okay, they're better than us, but we're going to do our best to try and beat them. And hopefully, Reason are going to have the energy to do that today and dominate the Endpoint team, even though it does not seem particularly likely.
Yeah, we'll see how things get on. No early chances in the first 10 seconds as the game settles down. Some early pressure on the Reason side, but it's easily got away, and Rix Ronde is trying a fake, I think, but it doesn't come off.
It's a nice hit towards the net there with Swastik's getting a nice save. Tough angle coming off the side wall there, going for his back post rotation, which is oh so important to this game. Tinny seeing if he can get out of his half. He's got enough boost there to go over the top of him. Gets it straight over the shot on net. Can he save it? No. Fantastically well done there by Tinny, coming from his own corner, getting the double touch, getting it over frag. Just, and you can see a little smile in the bottom corner. He loves it. He loves these goals early on. Yeah,
as soon as Tinny saw that ball in the top corner, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to take as many touches as possible to keep the pressure on Reason, and that is the early goal for Endpoint, which is important for them, I believe.
Shacharon trying to get another chance on, but quite weak actually towards the Reason half. I don't know if they're going to need more pressure here, Cole, or just more power to try and squeeze them through a little bit more often. So otherwise, I get scared. I get scared, Cole. They're just going to be beaten to every ball.
Well, you say that, and it's starting to look like that. This game is being played more and more in the Reason half, but they need to be careful that they don't overcommit. As Cheerio misses that ball, but instantly, to Shacharon, as soon as the ball was missed, he rotated straight back. He's actually got the save himself. I'm not sure he knew that was going to happen. He was just rotating back to goal, but the fake ends up hitting the crossbar, and he gets a weird but beautiful save.
What a wonder save. He meant that.
Absolutely.
He meant to say exactly that. If he was a little bit more forwards, Cole, that was just going to be an own goal, which would not have had as much of a reaction from me there. It was nice. Our frag there with those clears needs to find his teammate Rix Ronde waiting up for the redirect. We saw how important that was for the infused side last game. They got some beautiful goals off the backboard. And if they can get them, because they're so hard to save.
Speaking of the backboard, that's where Endpoint have got this ball, and it ends up in a goal. When you are stuck in the goal, like the Reason defender was, Rix Ronde, it is so hard to clear from underneath the ball. He does his best, but Cheerio read his miss, and it is 2-0 to Endpoint in the first game.
3 minutes and 11 seconds left, 2-0. My prediction isn't going great, but
It'll be a hell of a comeback from here.
A hell of a comeback, seeing as Endpoint are the favoured team out of them. Endpoint actually sitting at position number 4 at the moment. So we're going to hopefully see if they can pick up a bit more, see if they can eke themselves into a strong top 4 position.
Swo6 and Frag double committing there. Reason has to be really careful. While they want to be as fast as they can, if they both go for the same ball, it's going to end up with them in tears. Tinny knocks it to the side, trying to keep the pressure on. Again, 2 of them have gone for the same ball. There's no goalkeeper. Rixronde gets it away, but only as far as Cheerio, but he couldn't quite score it. Swo6 did really well there, in fact, to get back in the end.
Are you going with Swo6 with pronunciation? Swo6 or Swasix? I've been saying Swasix.
I'll go Swo6.
Swo6? Okay.
If we both cover our bases, then one of us is guaranteed to be right.
Hopefully me. That'd be nice. I need one every now and then. Swasix there with Tinny with the save. I think he's jumped a bit early for that, but he's done very well. He's denied the 50-50 challenge for the dunk opportunity. So he's done very well trying to get that out of his net. He's not found a teammate there, Tinny. Just hit it towards the Endpoint half. Bit of a shame that, like I've been saying, just need to find the teammates more, because redirects, they are hard to save.
No, absolutely. Endpoint aren't necessarily looking for them, though. I think they're just keeping the pressure on Reason. They're just blasting this ball as hard as they can back into their half to keep the pressure on, and Reason are struggling to deal with it, as our devs predicted they would.
Ping pong right now is suiting the Endpoint half, and I say that, never mind, ignore me. I'm always wrong, always have been.
How is it pronounced? Swo6 or Swasix?
It is big old Swasix. Big old Swasix, mate. Tinny's touched that down, unfortunately, into the centre. You want to be getting those hits from the backboard to be going into either one of the corners, because you're going to struggle to score there compared to hitting it right into the centre and ruining your keeper.
Well, all that matters now is that with 1 minute and 36 seconds left, Reason have only got 1 goal left to get back into this game. And from what I've seen so far, you mentioned something that the ping pong was suiting Endpoint. I'm going to stop talking because Jackaron has just taken all the emphasis away from what I was saying. The double touch, he gets up so early. After the first hit, he has to aerial down to get there in time. That is mechanically so difficult to do, and he's made it look so easy, Stumpy.
Using every single last little ounce of boost that he could.
Absolutely.
Has got him down onto that ball. Fantastically well done there. What a play. You saw the little the team cam as well. Cheerio was just like, yeah, that was good. Yeah. Well done. I'm proud you're my teammate.
Yeah, thank God you're not against me. Almost some pressure there on the Endpoint goal, but Jackaron gets it away again in the corner. He wants to get as many touches as he possibly can. We saw that from the first goal for Endpoint. In that corner, just keep getting touches and it makes it so much harder to get a block against you. And now Reason are passing it awkwardly in their own half. I don't think Frag's got enough boost to deal with this. Takes it away from his teammate. And Cheerio read that he was low in boost and got in there nice and quick. And there are only 50 seconds left, Stumpy.
Boost steals are so important in this game. There's obviously 2 in each corner, and then you've also got the 2 in the middle. If you can control the middle boosts and keep them cycling between you and your teammates, you're getting rid of 1/3 of the boost in the entire pitch, which that is big, because it means you won't be able to aerial nearly as effectively without taking all the little boosts, which obviously you're only getting 12 for them. You want a big 100, especially if you're low and you're trying to make a big offensive.
A big offensive is exactly what Reason need now. 20 seconds left, or they will be going 1-0 down, and Tinny is doing his best to make it 3 goals, the difference, instead of only 2. It doesn't quite come off, but Endpoint is finishing this half the way they started it, by putting the pressure on Reason, who, apart from about 1 minute in the middle, have really struggled to deal with it.
Yeah, they have a bit. I don't even know what I can say for them to sort of improve on here, because it seems like Endpoint are the dominant team.
Oh, well, there you go. Rixronde, scoring a little goal at the end.
One rule of Rocket League, Cole. Rule number 1, what is it?
Don't let the ball touch the ground for as long as possible.
Do not let the ball touch the ground for as long as possible. 0 seconds. Keep it in the air.
Yep.
Even if you're at 2-0, and it's the grand finals of the World Championships, and it's in your half, keep that ball up. It's rude not to.
Coach Stumpy, everybody.
Rude not to. Always keep the ball up, because, I mean, no one's going to be happy with you if you let that ball drop.
You hit it down to win, all the money.
Yeah.
It's boring, isn't it?
Not nearly as good. Need to get that ball up. So they're going to be happy with that. What was that? That was a nice little victory there.
Yeah, that was...
On the Endpoint side. So that puts them 1 game up in this best-of series.
Yeah, they did exactly what they had to do. 37 seconds in, and Tinny, from the corner, just gets as many touches as he needs to do to get it over the Reason Gaming defense.
Oh, that was so close there. Frag was hoping that he'd get the fake off. Just falls below the crossbar.
Yeah, and then For the second goal, there was some struggle defending the ball on the backboard, which may or may not be a theme throughout. They did get one back, though, Reason Gaming.
Look at
It looked
this
like they were in
goal.
it until just that piece of magic. That was the real piece of quality in this game, I think.
Oh, so nice. That's pretty good as well. The 0-second one. Take that to 2-3.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I enjoy that. Do you reckon that's given them a little bit of incentive now for the next game? Because that takes them to 2-3 in their first game. It's not a thrashing.
No, by no
any
means.
means. Especially seeing as Endpoint, they are 4th at the moment, if my notes are correct, and I hope they are. 4th versus the bottom team. Taking the first game to 2-3, pretty good.
No, I think that Endpoint are going to be very confident, though. The way most of that game went, it was Endpoint keeping the pressure up. They were putting big lofted balls into the Reason half, and Reason were really struggling to defend it. And of course, we saw the dreaded backboard come into play for the second goal, which Endpoint scored, and they'll probably be looking to aim at that more in the next game.
We've been shouting about the backboard for 5 weeks now, and a lot of teams are still struggling to defend.
Still not listening.
Still
Why
listening.
is that?
Come on, guys. Remember, don't let the ball touch the floor and hit it off the backboard.
Cover your backboard.
It's so much harder to score a goal if they've got a defender on the backboard, because they're going to make it there nice and quickly. Only 5 seconds gone. Let's see if Reason can bring it back for the second game of this best of 5.
Shooting chance, but Cheerio smothered that opportunity so quickly, and now we see Tinny on the backboard. They're taking our advice, Stumpy.
Good
Well,
lads.
we're already doing it. But that's exactly what we were talking about, the difference between Tinny's save there and how much Reason struggled in the first game.
Cheerio trying to go for those big lofted balls again. Thing is, I think they feel like they can play the game much safer than Reason can. Because when it comes down to it, Endpoint can dominate this game. They can say, okay, no, you know what, we'll score this goal now, and now we can turtle up. We can ping pong. We don't care if we win 1-0 or if we win 5-0. We just need the wins here.
Yeah, so Endpoint will be confident that they can, any style of play that this game turns into, Endpoint will be confident that they can win in that style. The question is, what style are Reason going to want to impose upon this game to win? Because as you said, something, I'm not sure how they can play to eke out a victory here.
I don't know. I really don't know. Normally I've got either a good answer or a sarcastic answer. I don't have either for this. They just need to play better. That's my advice.
Frag
Don't
covering
let the ball hit the floor, hit it off the backboard and play better than your opponent.
Easy.
Easy.
Coach
Don't know why they're not
Stumpy.
doing it. Don't know why they're not doing it.
Cheerio trying to keep the pressure on, ends up squeezing Frag alongside Tinny, but Frag does well to get it into space. That's actually really good defending from him. He had an Endpoint player on either side of him and knocked it safely.
Here comes Swasix. No boost. Going to get the dunk? No. Tinny does well to get that. But from Swasix flying in, does not get dunked on. As now the offensive comes up. Comes in the centre for Cheerio. Looks like Swasix will win it though. Fishes it into the middle. That's an open net for Tinny. Hits it just over the crossbar and then doinks it away to a Chacaron, and that's just off the crossbar and the post. Again, Tinny has another shot, but Frag saves it. That's 3 in a row, and they've not been able to convert.
Reason holding on against Endpoint, and that could be so important. They just need to be tight as they possibly can because they know they can score. I don't know if they know how to score, but they know that they have it in them. So if they can just avoid conceding, they have a chance in this game. But this could be it. No! Another brilliant save, this time at the near post. Are Endpoint going to turn this pressure into the goal that they so desperately want? Swasix with a poor clearance allows Tinny to just whack it right back to them. But again, it's not particularly solid. The ping pong has devolved into a sort of midfield battle.
Yeah, it's less for ping pong now as it is just sort of passing it to each other.
It's pong ping.
It's pong ping. It is pong ping. Swasix there getting a nice little demo on Tinny, stopping that offensive play. Although that was a nice little shot going in from Cheerio. Save from Swasix. It's a centre from Rick's Ronde. Can Endpoint capitalise on that? Tinny hits it over. Yes, he absolutely can.
I was just thinking, I wonder how much boost Reason Gaming have left in the tank. They had so much pressure against them, and it ended up having 2 Reason Gaming players in the goal, neither of whom had any boost, and all the Endpoint player had to do was get it on target. And it's 1-0 again to Endpoint with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left.
I mean, Reason, they've not had much of a chance to score yet, have they? Swasix nearly had a dunk on earlier, but so far it's been the Endpoint show. They've not had many opportunities. The pressure has been immense. As Frag goes for a bit of a safer save, hoping that no one came over for that, as the Endpoint attack wasn't actually there whatsoever.
I've been quite impressed with Frag's defending, actually. He's made a lot of his decision-making, from what I've noticed, has been pretty solid. They just need to work on converting that relatively decent defense into attacking prowess because they've not had a sniff.
Yeah, if they can send it upfield a little bit more, let Rixronde or Swasix come across for some redirects, then they're going to do well with it, because you've got Frag in net, and if he can get it clears, I mean, you want a teammate who can clear it like that. You needed the player to be up to try and get a redirect.
Clear, yeah,
but if you've got no boost, if there's boost management is great on the other team, you're really going to struggle to get up in time.
Brilliant up there from Tinny, but no one was reading it on the Endpoint team. But now, 1 minute and 8 seconds left, and Reason Gaming are still in this. At 1-0, anything can happen in Rocket League. We may see something crazy happening here. No, we don't. But a good boost steal there from Rixronde.
Yeah,
pressure on.
We saw last week that there was the win, or the week before it was infused. 2-0 down, and they ended up winning it 3-2. And what was it? It was 17 seconds left or something crazy?
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was crazy. What a little doink into the centre there. Does not get anything converted for that. The self-doink, you don't want that into your own box.
Right, come on, Reason, push. Oh, it's too late.
Nah, that's a shame.
I was just G'ing them up.
You tried.
Big push, 40 seconds left. Literally, as I was preparing to do that, this happened. Open goal. I don't know where.
He's gone for the boost in the back corner.
Do you think he was low? I didn't see his boost. I'm guessing he was pretty low.
Presume so. If he was on 99 and he's gone for the 100, that's pretty. You don't want that.
That's greedy.
You can't get 199, Brad. Come on, you know this. Simple numbers.
Tinny now turning on the style, looking for Shakaron, but he's not going to find him. They just need to see this game out. How is their game management? Endpoint. I've got a feeling it's going to be pretty solid because Reason have not looked like scoring so far. Shakaron's just reading that frag flick very easily. And with 10 seconds left, I would bet my house on this being 2 games to 0 to Endpoint.
Come on, Reason, please score so Cole's homeless. Come on. Come on, guys. It's 1 second. They can do it. They can do it. 1 second. Rule number 1, Rixronde. Come on, man. Put it down. 2-0 at the moment. This is not looking great for Reason, is it?
No, if anything, I'd say that was even more comfortable for Endpoint than the first game.
Yeah.
Reason, I can't remember a chance they had throughout that match.
I think there was that Swasix try where he's gone for the... I think it was very similar to the, was it Tinny's goal in the other game? No, Shakaron's one, trying to get the double touch.
Let's see if they get a replay.
Was this one here?
Hey, they did.
Yeah, it was that one there, yeah. But then Tinny's come in, hit it away from him incredibly well.
In the first couple of minutes, the Reason defense was really, really solid until 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. They just ran out of boost, and Tinny was able to score the first of his 2 goals. The second one was an open goal.
Tell you what I think. I've thought of something. It's not sarcastic, but it is a good comment, so bear with me here.
You've set your standards high. Go on.
I've set my standards very high. I've gone for good. Good comments coming in. I think Reason, boost management, like I said earlier, if they can, because they're just being beaten to the ball every time by Endpoint, if they can get some of this boost management going on, starve them in the centre and in their own corners, and if they can, if they're sweeping round after an attack, if they can steal their back corner boosts as well, then that could be big, because they're just being beaten to the aerials every time. But you can't win an aerial if you've got no boost, Cool.
No, you're absolutely right. But Endpoint's clearances as well, I've said it throughout this series, their clearances have been so solid. Perhaps Reason could actually sit back a little bit more and just be waiting for the big clearances. And if one Reason man goes up, the second Reason man should know where he's going to hit it, and they should be waiting for it. See here, Frag, who's looking for it? Rixronde actually turns away. Frag gets his own hit.
Take it, it's a good start. Hit it to someone else.
Oh, go on.
There we are. Swasix gets it across. Well done. Here we go, Reason. That was a nice little part. I mocked him for that, for his double touch, but no, he's done well.
No, really
and then another double touch off the backboard. Well done there. Swasix waiting in the centre. They're doing what we said. Work up in 2s. Go for that. Get the boost. Fantastically well done there, making that 1-0 after 21 seconds.
Well, where do they go from here, Stumpy? They've scored a goal.
Get more.
Do you think push
more goals, more pressure. Don't turtle, because we've seen that they get beaten when they turtle.
Yeah, absolutely. They just need to stay confident. And the ball now is still in the Endpoint half. It's going to be 2-0. Just as I was saying they were keeping pressure well, they've done one better. They've scored a second goal. Rixronde just waited here for the Swasix hit. Oh, well. It was the backboard. Tinny and Shakaron, I think, were just stuck in their own goal. No one was covering the backboard, and it made it so hard to hit away that relatively tame assist.
Yeah, no, there's no assist, though, because what you can do there, if you see a player coming up on the side, up on the backboard, and you've not got anyone to attack it there, you're going to struggle. You're really not going to struggle, because he can either leave it, and then it goes straight into the centre, or he can tap it out, like Frag did there to Rixronde, and you can get a nice little pass down, so you've got 2 angles of attack, and they can be very hard. That was nearly a dunk there by Shakaron after the save.
Ooh, off a great angled shot.
Double commit. Does not get past Frag, though.
Frag has been incredible to me this entire series. I've been so impressed with him.
He's done well, both trying to set his teammates up, who just, I think, might need a bit more confidence, which hopefully they've got after this 2-0 lead.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
As well as the defence.
I hope that these 2 goals are really setting Reason up to go on and get a win. You know, they've lost. Oh! Incredible finish from that man again, Frag. They are trying to... they're trying to do some stuff now. Do you know what I mean? They're trying stuff. They're not just hitting the ball and waiting for it and hoping they don't concede. They're actively trying to be a bit more imaginative and score. And they know that they can. 2-0 up. 1 minute and 30 seconds or so gone. And it's looking good for Reason.
You've tried the maths there. You're giving it a shot. I'm outing you.
The problem with seconds is that they change.
Too many of them. Too many of them. 60 in 1 minute. Ludicrous. Not needed.
Oh, Chacaron.
Yes. Misses. And another minute. No, it's fakes. Tactical fakes. Which you don't really want in defence, or when you're on your offence. You're wanting to get that pressure on, especially against a bit of a frazzled Reason team.
Swo6 and Chacaron draw to that ball, and Rix Ronde with some amazing improvisation. I think he thought the ball was going high.
Yeah.
He realised it was staying low at the very last second and somehow manoeuvred his car to save it. And the Reason Gaming defence is just about holding strong until I curse them. Stumpy, I've cursed them.
The caster's curse coming into play here. He's got about 40 boosts, going for the dribble, gets it over Swo6. Rix Ronde didn't really know what to do there.
Rix Ronde didn't know that his teammate was going to just get done. I think he backed, I'm not sure who it was in front of him.
Swo6.
I think he backed Swo6 to get the block, but it just didn't happen, and that brought him out of position. But still 2-1. You're still winning, Reason.
Come on, lads. Don't turtle. Keep the offense. Here we go. That's a nice little pass. Rix Ronde trying to get the dunk, keep the pressure on. Looks like Rix Ronde also there has gone for the boost steal on the back left corner. Looking from the blue side, but now it's a big offensive. A 2-1 offensive.
No. Brilliant.
Rix Ronde gets it over the top. Well done.
Let's look at this from Endpoint's perspective for a second, because obviously we want to see a longer series, but Endpoint are going to want to win this game right here. So do they have to change anything, or would they be confident now? Will they be feeling confident that after that first goal, they're just going to score more?
I'm going to go with they think they're going to score more.
I've done that about 5 times.
I'm going to say they're going to score more, Kong.
What makes you think that, mate?
Well, you see Tinny here getting the goal. That was a naughty one as well, actually. That was really good.
That was an excellent angle.
That was a nice little pass there from Cheerio, getting it off the sidewall. Somehow caught out 2 of the defenders on the blue team, which sort of surprised me a bit, because it wasn't a crazy pass, but great angle from Cheerio. This might not have seen him.
Yeah, well done to Endpoint. It would have been so easy to 2 goals down in this game, but when you're 2 games up, it would have been easy to just write this one off and go, oh, we'll beat them next time. But no, they want this here, they want this now, they want this 3 games to 0 win. The question though is, can they get it? Because we are all even with 1 minute and 40 seconds left.
These goals must have given Reason some... Oh, there we go. Look at us go. We're calling them. They must have given them some enthusiasm that they can beat them. Taking them to 3-2. Swo6 from that halfway line. Not even hugely powerful.
No, he just found his spot, didn't he?
Just found his spot, bottom right corner. Wow, very well found. I mean, there just wasn't any defence there to block it. Yeah,
relatively awkward defending there from Endpoint. I think, as I said, they want to win this now. They probably don't. They didn't even want an overtime. They just want to score, and it's actually backfired as Reason Gaming take the lead. Now 1 minute and 25 seconds left. Are they going to be able to hold it or even add to it? Frag with a good, almost a good touch in the corner, but he's just about tackled. But Rix Ronde, getting a brilliant demo and then making the save himself. Brilliant play from him. Absolutely excellent defending to keep the pressure on Endpoint.
So well done there. Oh, he could have had a doink. Chacaron has missed a doink opportunity. What a shame.
Got to drop him from the team after that, haven't you? After
got
missing a doink, that is too far.
Yeah, we've kicked people for less. We've kicked people for less than
Frag again with a brilliant touch. I
shot.
thought for a second that was going in, but Cheerio recovered well. Now though, Reason have the pressure. What can they do with it? As Rix Ronde looks to pounce a potentially loose ball, but it's not like that. He wants Frag to come in here, and Frag does, but late. Fortunately though for Reason, straight to Swo6, and the pressure remains on.
Right, they're building up the speed now. Endpoint realised with 30 seconds left in this game that they need to be scoring, but Swo6 takes that to 4-2. Cole, this is looking really good for the Reason side.
Yeah, they've ever since...
Is that a bash?
I think it was as well. I think it was that Frag as well.
Yeah, Frag bashing Cheerio out of the way.
The man Frag with
Frag
a
is the
brilliant bash, and in the end it was a relatively simple finish. Reason, it's difficult to say how well they've played this game. You and I, we were saying how can they win? You know, we didn't know what they could do, but somehow they've figured it out. And with 20 seconds left, unless there is a nasty old collapse.
Yeah.
They're going to take only, I believe, their second game in this entire tournament.
They need a massive, massive push here, Endpoint do, to get them through. Right, 5 seconds left. Endpoint are now 1 goal behind. If they can get one more in these 5 seconds, wow, nice little demo, really nice demo, with a remarkably calculated pinch into the center.
I'm calling it now, Stumpy. Fake kickoff.
You going fake kickoff?
Just you wait.
Okay.
Just you wait.
Right,
Endpoint are going to fake this
Reason on
kickoff.
here. Come on. Are they going to fake kickoff? Nah.
I was wrong.
You were wrong.
It's when I try and be right. That's when I tend to be wrong.
Yeah,
Notice that.
it's annoying that.
Yeah.
They're going to hit that into the center.
Oh no, Frag doing his best to keep
want
the
this
ball
down.
up.
Ah, the
Brilliant
fake down. That is, like you said,
Yeah.
that is the second game, the
Reason of one.
reason of one.
In this is their 6th match? 5th match? It's been a...
No, third game. Third game?
Oh yeah.
Where
They're
are we?
doing better than we thought.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
in this game, they were so far behind in the first couple of matches.
Yeah.
To come out and put in a performance like that is so impressive. Let's watch that back. Let's see how they did it. First off, Frag, who was just everywhere and has been everywhere in every single game.
Frag
getting
is
a
my
great
MVP.
assist. Yeah.
So
me
far,
too.
Frag's my MVP. Like you say, he's been everywhere.
But Swo6 and Rix Ronde combining for the second goal, and then
save.
this save from Rix Ronde. He just improvised so well to maneuver his car. This is what I was talking about. Rix Ronde didn't think that ball was going to go over his head, so he turned towards the ball instead of towards the goal.
Yeah.
And then a brilliant, brilliant finish from Tinny. And at this point, I've got to be honest, you're thinking Endpoint are going to go on and do this.
Swasix, again, like we said, finding his place. He didn't need to hit that hard, he just needed to hit that accurate. Anywhere else, that could have been saved.
Just looking
Very
at
well
these
done there.
highlights, Rix Ronde, there's the bash from
It
Frag
was
you
a
were
bash,
talking
yeah.
about. Rix Ronde has had a brilliant game himself here. He was involved in pretty much all of these plays where Reason was scoring. But it's just, we've singled out Frag as being excellent, but Reason have had such a good team performance. Every single one of them has been brilliant, I think.
I think they're trusting each other more. They've seen that they can win games now. I mean,
And they can win them well as well. That was a brilliant performance.
That was very well done. That ended up being 4-3 in the end, and the last one was basically because they all just sort of muddled up. But as we enter into the 4th game, they might be able to eke out another one. This might be... I'm not going to call it. I'm not going to call the reverse sweep yet.
Nowhere near yet.
No,
you
not yet.
have to remember as well, Endpoint, in the context of the table as a whole, this is such an important series for them. For them to finish top 4, everyone was assuming they were going to beat Reason. So if they throw this away, their chance to get into the semi-finals is hanging on by a thread.
There goes Minus Shogun. If these guys win, there goes all of Minus Shogun's maths. And this is kind of looking like me and Shogun might need to go back to the drawing board. And
Your calculator, mate.
yeah, we need to find our calculator. And what a pass there by Frag again. You see there though, Tinny, he's not committed to either position there. He's sat in front of the net, not even in the middle, in the near post. He's not going on the backboard. That's essentially an open net at that point.
Yeah, but Frag, take nothing away from him, did
Not
so
so.
well there. That man, I don't want to saying his name, he's just been brilliant. And there he is again, but this is going off the backboard. All that Shacharon has to do is finish it, but he misses. How costly will that opportunity be? At this level, you would expect the Endpoint player to be putting that away. And now Reason with a counter-attack. Frag tries to get the double touch dunk, can't quite manage it. And the Reason defender has to be careful here. Off the backboard, it's Rix Ronde, and does brilliantly well.
So well done there, going up the near
So
post.
confident.
Seeing both his teammates in the net and thinking, right, we need someone up on the back wall. Like we've been saying, get up on the back post and go for it. Rix Ronde there, down, back into the centre. They are putting on pressure like nobody's business now. This is what they needed.
Great touch there from Cheerio, almost resulted in a chance for Shacharon, but the pressure is still on Tinny with another shot. They can't put it home. And now Rix Ronde with a big clear can find Swo6, who puts it in! And it's 2-0 to Reason Gaming!
Oh my god, 1.5 minutes gone. What a dunk there by Rix Ronde. That was a poor touch by Shacharon back over towards him. Swasix turning his car round. That is mechanically very well done.
What I love as well, as soon as Rix Ronde got that block, Swo6 was straight up there. He wanted to score, defense into attack in a heartbeat. And suddenly it's Endpoint that can't deal with Reason. And none of us predicted this. This is what I love about Rocket League.
I did. I did. I predicted this. I said 3-0, which technically can't happen now.
You never know. Anything can happen in Rocket League, something.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. This is very, very exciting now. Reason must be absolutely full of adrenaline.
They need to be
Thinking, okay,
careful.
we can get this.
Call me old-fashioned though, but they need to be careful. If they overcommit, if they think, right, let's push on and win this game, you know, let's score a couple more, they could end up leaking some open goals. And that, I'm going to say, would be so painful to watch. After putting all this work in, to go from 2 games down to 2-1 with a two-goal lead, to then throw it away with a couple of open goals would be heartbreaking.
Yeah, open goals are bad at the worst times. But when you're fighting for your first series win, you're really, really not going to want to give them away. So that's when they need to strike the balance between being defensive and not letting any goals
in. What a finish!
Position. That is what we needed. That is right. That's the offence that they've been so well doing in this series, in these last 2 games. You see there, he gets it top corner. Shakeron cannot get there. Gets a touch, squeezes past him.
Shakeron could cover about 99.5% of the goal line. And he's found the 0.5 that he couldn't. Even then, it touched him. You know, squeezed its way in. It was such a good finish from Swosix, who's becoming more and more just confident and capable at this level, seemingly, as each series goes on. Where has this performance been for the last few weeks?
3v1 now against them.
Shakeron does okay. Ronde's trying to lead it, and it's in.
That's done well for them. There was a slow play getting up there. As you see Shakeron take out the Rix Ronde, maybe should have challenged him, done what he did earlier. Instead, he's jumped up in the goal. He's gone from up to down to up again. He's wasted boost and he's missed it ultimately, leading to a goal for Endpoint. It's now 3-1 with just over 2 minutes left.
As you say, just over 2 minutes left. Plenty of time left for Endpoint to win it and win it here. But they've lost the kickoff and Swosix has a chance to dribble, but Cheerio is there nice and quickly. Tries to get a second hit. That could have been dangerous for a reason if he got that, but he just couldn't. And I've no idea who's going to win this ball because Rix Ronde was all over the place.
Didn't fancy that one, wasn't it? Is that?
In the end, everyone decided to restart and go back as you were.
Sportsmanship.
Shakeron with a great pass to Cheerio. He looks to find him again, but a brilliant clearance in defense from Swosix. And to me, Reason are looking on top here.
You see Rix Ronde there going for his own boost because he saw, I think it was Shakeron comes down to try and get the boost steal. Rix Ronde says no, uses his boost to make sure that then Shakeron is stranded in their half so he can't get back in time, leading to a nice offensive pressure. Swosix wants this win. Take it, 4-1, here we go.
I was about to say, over the next minute and a half, we might see some ridiculous attacking play from Endpoint, because they want to score. And just as I say that, there's a whiff.
Tinny, what you doing, mate? What you doing?
Tinny.
What a nightmare he's had. He's side flipped. He does not want that.
Was it a side flip?
I think it was a side flip.
Wow.
But he's missed it, so it's not ideal either way.
True.
It's not great.
Very true.
Famously, you want to hit the ball. Famously, you want to hit the ball, and he has not done that, which is a bit of a bother.
Now 3.
Oh, Tinny with now it's falling apart. If Reason can capitalise on these hits, look at Tinny, goes up from the goal, says, Riggs, tell you what, we were chatting backstage. I wanted to give you an assist. They're on different teams, so I'll give you that one. Go on, mate.
What that means to me is that Endpoint are getting desperate.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen that in the first couple of games because he wouldn't have gone up that, he wouldn't have gone up so haphazardly. He'd have been a lot more confident, gone for the right point. But now they're just trying to throw themselves at everything. Fair play to them. They're trying to get back in this, try to build some momentum for what's almost inevitably going to be a deciding game. And also, Reason Gaming's first point on the board, because you get a point for a 3-2 loss.
You do. If they win, you do.
You definitely do.
I'm crossing out on my thing. They go from 0 points to a big old 1 point.
If they lose this, we might look a little bit silly.
That would be upsetting.
I don't think we're going to. Bragg, now they're keeping the pressure on. Endpoint, we said, we're desperate to try and build some momentum for the 5th game. Reason are doing their best to not let that happen because they don't want 1 point anymore, Stumpy. They want 3.
Oh, this is going to be worrying Endpoint now. They're thinking, we're 4th. We need this win. We need this win to be going up against the other 2 teams that are currently on 9 points, which is going to be Envy and Epsilon. They need this win. Everyone thought they'd have it.
The top of the leaderboard is so very close.
Apart from Infused, they're just sort of showing off.
Oh yeah, sorry. The 2nd,
points.
3rd, 4th spots are so close to each other.
Yeah.
And so
this is a Reason win. They get their first point of the tournament. We don't look silly now, which is nice.
Respect. Oh yeah. No, that's an excellent performance there from Reason. They've just, in the start of the 3rd game, they just built something. And they've just got better and better and better ever since.
You can hear them saying there, 1 more. They need 1 more game here.
So let's have a look at how they took Endpoint apart there. 5-1 in the first 30 seconds. Bragg, we've seen him do that a couple of times with just he gets so many touches in the corner. It just makes it so hard to defend against because it's so unpredictable. And then Swosix on the counter-attack. And at 2-0, it was a long way back for Reason.
It's their confidence. I think you can see how confident they are now. Before, they were like turtling back. They were sitting back there thinking, oh no, tell you what, Endpoint, they're the better team. I don't know if we can compete with this. They can. They've shown that they can.
They've gone from fear of making mistakes to the will to win. And going into this 5th game, I didn't think I'd be saying this, but between Reason Gaming and Endpoint, I'm not sure we can pick a clear favourite here, because if Endpoint play like they can, Reason will struggle. But if Reason play like they are, Endpoint will struggle. This really could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be absolutely crucial for Reason. I mean, they're out. They're out of the tournament already, which is a bit of a shame. They're not making playoffs. But if they can get these 3 points, that's just going to be nice to take home.
It is going to be nice, and what I'll say as well is fair play to them. As you say, they've lost every game up to now. They're not making the semis, but they're playing out of their skin. You know, they've not said we've lost anyway, who cares?
Yeah.
This isn't a performance of a team that doesn't care that much. This is a team that really, really want to win this 5th game against Endpoint.
What? Double touch into the centre. Goes right in front of the goal, no one there. If Endpoint keeps sitting back like they were last game, they're just going to be scored on more and more. Swosix with the double touch in the corner! Taking frags. Thunder there, taking lessons from him. Oh, you see him go there, the mid-air demo. Swosix gets a very nice double touch in the middle. Frag taking up the secondary position there from his first position like he normally does. That is such an early goal. That confidence has got to be going through them now.
At this level, I haven't seen a team score so many goals from assisting the ball across the goal line as I have from this Reason team. It's normally so easy to defend, but what Reason are doing is they're getting so many touches on the corner and they're just pinching the ball across the goal, and it's so difficult for Endpoint to save it. And all of a sudden, Endpoint are behind again, but plenty of time, and that could change any second, but it's not going to be now because Rix Ronde was very patient there and defended that well. Frag finds Rix Ronde, who just returns that pressure, and Tinny, I wasn't sure where that second hit was going to go.
Don't think anybody was. Oh, Swosix, do you see they're trying for another double touch? Oh, what a pass into the centre! Oh, what is that? Frag getting back into the centre. Can they keep this up? Rix Ronde getting the bash off the keeper. Chacaron and Tinny getting the team clear out though. But Swosix is back in there. Cheerio with the save. They're trying to keep this on. Frag there just misses that. Used a lot of his boost. Frag, can he get that off the back wall? No, they're defending that again. That was their downfall last game for a couple of goals.
Another assist across the centre, but this time Tinny is going to be in the right spot to get it away. Cheerio gets up well, trying to put the pressure back on Reason, and what is going to happen here? Again, I had no idea what was going to happen. This is so difficult to predict what the next player is going to throw up.
There was a miss there from one of the orange players. There was a bump on the blue. There was an orange that went streaking past. Oh, it was everywhere.
Did someone chuck an orange on the pitch?
Someone chucked an orange on the pitch. It made the tyres slippery. It spun him out. Oh. Rix Ronde going for a double touch there, misses it, might mess up his team, but no, there's no one there in the centre to try and capitalise.
After the first minute belonged to Reason Gaming, Endpoint are starting to take the pressure back, and if they can score soon, I think they're going to go on and win this, but they need to get that breakthrough with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left.
We are currently in reverse sweep territory.
Very deep into it.
Tries his best to go. Only got 10 booster, goes up on the wall. Very good idea, because if that goes high, he knows he doesn't have the boost to contest that from the floor. Goes up on the wall, see if he can then get that from further on. Frag probably wants to half rotate there. Had a bit of an issue. Chacaron off the ceiling. No, not even a ceiling touch. Rix Ronde, though, back on the back wall. That is what we like.
We love that.
We love the back wall, because that is where some of the goals, a lot of the goals have come from.
Just a reminder that this series is so important for Endpoint's entire tournament. For them to make the top 4, everyone was they were assuming that Endpoint would beat Reason, and Reason are having none of it. And now Endpoint have got 2 minutes left to salvage it, but the pressure is on them now.
I've not seen many opportunities for Endpoint here either. They've had a few centres, but nothing that's particularly challenged the Reason Gaming side. They have kept on the pressure. They will be happy with a 1-0 win, but they're taking the advice of do not turtle. You do not want to sit back in your own half, because that just opens up the other team to be doing everything that they want.
Perfect example there. Swo6 right on the Endpoint half is still challenging 50-50s.
There's a boost still there, did you see, by Rix Ronde. Manages to get their boost. Cheerio making sure they did not make that mistake again.
Yeah, Endpoint were low on boost, but I think they've recovered now. Rix Ronde needs to be careful here. I thought he should have challenged for the 50-50. What do I know? He stays on his goal line and makes a brilliant predictive save. And 1 minute and 12 seconds left. I can't overstate this enough, Stumpy. Endpoint need to win this series.
Great dunk there, getting that into the centre. Frag will go down for it.
What a finish!
2-0. 1 minute and 4 seconds left. That is so important. That now means they're 2-0 ahead. This is so deep into reverse sweep territory. They could come back from a 2-0 to a 3-2 win. You see the Reason Gaming side so excited, keeping
pumped.
this up, cheering each other on. 1 minute left, Cole. I think they can do it. They've got the pressure here. So well done there by Frag.
Endpoint need to do something as soon as possible, but they've overcommitted. Can he get back in time?
Oh,
no, he can't.
It's fine.
Yeah, it counts.
We're okay.
Swo6 gets up earlier than Shaka Ron, who didn't think he'd get an angle on goal, and he scores what was an open goal. 3-0 to Reason Gaming.
This is absolutely fantastic. Their confidence is absolutely soaring now. They need to keep their mind in the game, keep the head on the ball. Sure, they keep the head on the ball and their mind in the game, and they need to do every analogy out there to keep up this performance. Keep the pressure on, guys. They can get the first 3 points of this tournament.
If Endpoint do somehow claw this back, it'll be one of the great all-time comebacks. But speaking of comebacks, a reminder, Reason were 2 games to 0 down. They hadn't won, they'd won 2 games, in 5 previous matches. Where has this come from? How have they played so well against a well-fancied Endpoint team?
It speaks well of their character,
really
that they are able to be like, no, you know what, we're taking this more. More backball clears, that's what they want. They want to be keeping the control.
Brilliant save.
Swo6 from his back post comes across the goal, 10 seconds left. Tinny taking a shot on net, gets a clear across.
Reason have had such a struggle with this. When they win this, I think we're going to have one of the biggest cheers in the crowd that we've had. Listen to how happy they all are.
Look at
Reason Gaming take their first point, their first 3 points in the entire series, and it's against Endpoint. And where do Endpoint go from here?
I've crossed out the 1 point that I had on them earlier for taking it to 2-all, and I've made it.
Look how happy they are.
They are so pleased with their win today, as they deserve to be. You see on the signs behind us as well. Reason win, GG, well played. What a performance to keep on the mindset of thinking we're 2-0 down. Let's bring this back.
Look how happy they all are. In the first couple of games, we mentioned Frag. They were losing, and we were saying, this Frag guy is playing brilliant despite the losses. And then the other 2 just caught up to him. And all 3 Reason Gaming players were fantastic for the next 3 games. They obliterated Endpoint in the end. It wasn't even close.
I mean, you've got to feel for Endpoint here. They've come into this as the favourites. They've thought, okay, we've got this, we'll play this. We're playing some of the other bottom teams next week. Hopefully we can get this win, and I imagine at 2-0 they were thinking, oh cool, we've done this, let's play this quite nicely. But no, Reason have come back and absolutely smashed it. It was these passes that were so crucial to their wins. I think that speaks both against the Endpoint side and also for the Reason side, because it shows that Endpoint did not adapt to Reason.
Did they?
They did not adapt. They kept doing the same mistakes. They weren't going for the back ball clears and the end and the far post sits.
As soon as that goal goes in, you knew there was no way back for Endpoint. You talked about how Endpoint were not able to adapt, but Reason Gaming adapted so well. The first couple of games, their backboard was being peppered, and they seemed to have no response. And look at that camaraderie. Even though Reason have potentially just ended Endpoint's tournament, it's really tough for Endpoint to get back now. It's just brilliant to see those scenes. Really, really, really good sportsmanship from them, as well played.
I can't get over that. That was so well done. I really can't overstate that enough. That's going to make them confident. Hopefully for next week, they've taken on the number 4 spot, and they have won with the reverse sweep, which is absolutely fantastic of them.
And do you know what else they've proven?
Go on, mate. Go on,
Johnny and Shogun, very wrong.
Very wrong. I've done it. Again, I've said go against the grain. Always go against the grain.
I think we've earned that.
We've earned that.
Let's go back to Tom to see what they all think.
You've got to enjoy a little high five there from Stumpy and Cole. You were wrong. We were all wrong. It was a shock, but a beautiful one. Such a massive congratulations to Reason for getting that win.
That was incredible. Not only did they get the win, but they get the reverse sweep on the 18th try across all games. Reason have done it. They have got themselves the win. Just how big that was, I was backstage with all the players. Everyone was like getting themselves ready for their games, getting themselves ready to go, you know, to come up onto the stage. But you could see after every single win, everyone's heads were just turning around.
Like, wait a minute, is this happening?
Yeah, and
no.
I would love to see what it was like backstage when we actually got to the end of that, because everyone was slowly starting to believe that it was happening. I don't think anyone else thought it was going to happen more than the Reason players themselves.
Yeah, you got to, you know, take your hat off if you've got one to the Reason boys. But then Endpoint, they must be really feeling it up there right now, because they thought this was going to be a shoo-in. You get that 3 points next week against XL. They're going to give you a weakened team again, and then, but now, you know, Endpoint get a point because it went to 3-2.
Crucial.
That point is crucial. But look at that, Reason Gaming. There no longer is a 0 next to their name, and you know what? I mean, it's all still to play for. They might not finish last if XL. Play like they did today against Endpoint next week. But it does really open it up, doesn't it? The playoff spot today. How important now is the Prophecy game that they've got coming up?
This is huge. I mean, I think that Endpoint are hoping for a Prophecy win here. Because a Prophecy win, then Endpoint's destiny is still in their own hands, 100%. They can win next week, finish 13 points, and there's no way that either Prophecy or Epsilon would be able to catch them. So that's what they want to happen. They're really hoping Prophecy will win now. They're in a good spot still, I think, going up against XL next week. I just wonder what XL's going to show up in the next week. So we just saw Reason spoil Endpoint's early party. Are XL going to do the same thing?
There was a lot of spoils, but to tell you what, a man and a team that has never featured on the winning panel is Reason. So let's welcome the man himself, Frag, down to the table! Yes! Breathe it in! Look at that! You did it!
Well, dude.
That's the first thing that Frag says is, I did it. Yes, you did. Reason Gaming.
Come here, dude. Come here.
Well done. Actually, so happy.
How does it feel to be here at long last?
At long last, after all these weeks.
A month and a half. I'm not going to keep telling you about that. 6 weeks.
And finally success, and it feels so great.
Oh, that's awesome.
It feels so great.
You were 2-0 down at one point, and your heads began to drop a little bit, and then you started scoring goals. Swo6 was on inspired form, and yourself. Then did you begin to believe?
Like we had the very first games, the 2-1, we had like really hard, like we needed to take care of the tactics, like we need to change something since Gfinity was like extremely nervous at the start. So we had like kind of to get him motivated more to focus on the game. So we kind of changed up after every game some like tactics, and like on the third game, like after the second game ended, as Rick's Ronde like said, that we need to keep our, like we can actually beat them, like just believe, and we can actually make the reverse sweep. So we just started up, and we actually got a goal, and we just like thought, what, you can actually do this? so I just started, screaming more. Yeah. So everyone like is awake. Yeah. And it actually helped. Yeah. Like after, and then we like scored 2 goals, and then we saw 3 goals, and like, what? We can actually really do this. It actually happened. So like after every game, we got more hyped. Yeah. So it really helped us a lot.
That's an important phrase. If you believe, you can achieve.
Believe you can.
Have you not been talking at any point? Is this the first time you started talking as a team?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Like the first 2 games, they were like even Rick screamed at me once that I should actually talk, and it actually really helped. Okay. After his call. And
now look at you, chatting away. This is the most I've ever seen Frag talk. This is brilliant. What did you see from the play, Johnny Boy?
I was just so impressed with the clutch moments. I saw Rick's pre-jumping a save with 1 minute left in the last game when you're leading by 1. That is definitely a brave play if I've ever seen one. But great placement as well in the shots. We saw your own, like, almost securing the game with a great rebound, which you set up yourself. Was that, when you went up for that, were you thinking, this is it, we've got this, we're going to win?
Yeah. Actually, yes.
There it was. Great shot. That really, put it almost past the point of no return for Endpoint. And like we were talking earlier that you guys spoiled their party early. Was that ever part of the reason why you motivated?
There you go. Look at him go.
We heard that all around the studio. Yeah. Backstage, are just thinking, what was that?
That was the happiest moment ever.
Oh my goodness.
It was really.
You know when you get backstage, right? Every single team that is trying to fight for these playoff spots is going to give you high fives and hugs. You have got a party waiting backstage for you. But one thing I really want to ask you right now, Game 4, that was really heavily one-sided in your favor. Do you think that that is what made the big difference when we went into Game 5?
Yeah. Like we wanted to keep the momentum. Like that's why we hated pretty much the longer break between the games. Like we had to wait the full countdown down and like 1 minute additional. So we actually wanted to go straight and like use their more slump. Let's say that.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say this, and we'll talk about it later on today, but the franchises, you know, today is Sunday, you've had CSGO on the Saturday, you represent Reason. The coach, the owner, Josh, came down, and he was so happy, he was like, we've got another point!
I mean, we don't got only 1 point, we actually got 3 points, so it was like 3 times more happier.
Yeah, which was brilliant. Well, listen, congratulations, Frank.
Thank you so much.
Go and enjoy those high fives and the party that's already probably started. Right now, Yasmin is with some fans up there in the audience. Where are you, Yasmin? The youthful Yasmin?
I'm over here, and they're not fans, they're superstars. I have Ashton and Ben. How you doing, Ben?
Good.
Now, I picked you both out of the crowd because I could see that you were getting very into that game. Now, Ben, tell everyone who you support.
I supported Reason.
There we go. And Ashton, who did you support?
I supported Endpoint.
Now, Ben, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, Ben, did you think that Reason could do it?
Yeah.
You were very confident?
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people were confident today, were they, for Reason?
No, not really.
But you support them? Mm-hmm. Good, good. And look, it paid off.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of cheering from Ben. Ben's he was hands up on his head. Ashton was screaming. Ashton, unfortunately, Endpoint didn't do too well today, did they?
No.
No. But do you feel like going forward, you're still going to support them?
Yeah.
Okay, still going to cheer?
Yeah.
All right. Big round of applause for Ashton and Ben, everyone, please. All right, superstars for today. Thanks. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much. A real shame there. Didn't quite get the win there, but someone had to lose, and it was Endpoint, and the man next to me is still excited. I don't think he stopped smiling. Listen, do not go anywhere, because when we come back, the battle for playoff places continues. Fresh from their thrilling triumph over Envious, last week's big winners Epsilon take on Prophecy.